Howdy fellas, Frankie Day, back again on YouTube. This evening YouTube, I have another collection of the builds of my past. Sorry folks, I haven't been currently posting my builds of the past lately. It's Christmas jazz has got me spending and Christmas gifts and receiving Christmas gifts and then some. So I'm back on track now, and what the hey, I might as well keep this build of the past going. So here it is, folks. This right here is a paper model made out of cardstock. Nothing but paper. That's all it is, folks. Paper and cardboard. This is a Lockheed P2V Neptune. The United States Navy dubbed this aircraft as a truculent turtle. And this aircraft was actually on the drawing board as early as 1945. It was supposed to be the successor to the PV-1 Ventura, and which it was. And by 1947, the P2V Neptune was accepted by the United States Navy. That's when it entered service. It was a maritime patrol bomber, as that of Shackleton, and the PV-1 Ventura. The United States Navy needed much for a long-range aircraft that could supersede the qualities of that as the Lockheed PV-1 Ventura. And with the Cold War underway, and the submarines were actually starting their heyday in ruling the seas. And so this aircraft was loaded with all kinds of anti-submarine gear. The MAD is metallic detection boom, which fits aft, which is that long cone-shaped object fit behind the tail feathers. And you got another radar. There's an SAW radar housing that fits underneath the fuselage. It looks like a bullfrog's throat. That's the same thing used on the earlier Shackletons. And we'll zoom in and review the aircraft. Now, this airplane was built from blueprints I had. Now, there's some model making plans I had. I think they came from American Modeler. They more or less had favoritism to the radio control buff, and there's a nice set of plans on there. And I built this model about 30 years ago, and it's made out entirely from vanilla card stock. And the plans were drawn on the publication as probably just like post stamp size, but I had them blown up. And I took it to Kinko's, didn't take Kinko's, I had a Xerox machine that I took to the library, and about 4 or 5 times I got it blown up to the scale of 1/48. And so this actually is a 1/4 inch scale. The wingspan of this airplane is 25 inches, and it weighs about 2 grams. The only thing that's functional about this airplane is the propeller. You've seen that starboard prop started to turn. I blew it a while ago. And it's very sensitive to the wind, so they spin quite freely without no fuss. The truculent turtle was in the earlier stages of development, and by 1954 it was actually the first twin-engine aircraft, reciprocal aircraft, launched from an aircraft carrier right after the Doolittle raid was. So the first twin-engine prop-driven aircraft that was launched from a carrier was the B-25. And this was the second. It was launched from the USS Forrestal back in 1954. That was when the Forrestal was actually launched and in service. We dubbed her as a forest fire. I guess McCain had his A4 Skyhawk. He put on safety, and one missile fired off and took out a couple F-8U Crusaders, and the rest is history. The nacelles is made out of cones, as you can see right there. Pop spins quite freely, but smacking a couple times with a stick. And the decals came from Stapo decal sheet, which Microscale took over. And the airplane was painted real thin. I used Packard paints for this, folks. It was Rebel Gray, which is pretty close to Gold Gray, and regular Reefer White by using the local color range I used. It was masked off, and the gray wing walk was on there. Landing gear was made out of a turned cardboard disc, and this plane is entirely out of paper, folks. There's a J34 Westinghouse engine. They use those. The earlier P2V Neptune, they used JATO rockets. Then they decided that was kind of like a waste of time, so they went ahead and stepped up a notch by installing 2 Westinghouse J34 engine pods on the wings. Okay, this clip right here, she's on her top side, so she's showing her belly up. And we'll zoom in a little bit. And as we walk around here to Lady Susan, you can see the fidelity of detail I incorporated on. As we zoom in a little bit here. This airplane's made out of paper, folks. It's not plastic or nothing. And paper, as you can see from my builds, they build equally well, just as good as plastic. And there's an SAW radar right there, bulbs right there. That was made out of I had to use pedals right there. That took me about 5 times to perfect that by forming out of paper, folks. And that's the same kind of set they used on the Avro Shackleton on the earlier models, before they refitted with the tricycle landing gear and everything was changed around on it. The P2V Neptune can carry a bomb load of 8,000 pounds. It can carry mines, bombs, and torpedoes, depth charges. Landing gear wells weren't detailed. I was thinking about going ahead and boxing in the wheel wells and detailing out. So what the hell with it. I just go ahead and mask it off, and airbrush it black, and installed landing gear. Landing gear was reinforced by using clothes hanger wire, and paper tubing was formed around the clothes hanger wire to form landing gears itself. In this clip here, she's back on her legs again. And we'll zoom in again and waltz around a little bit on her. Give her a little walk around. And the canopy was masked off, and I used light blue and silver. Well, the canopy don't show too good on this camera here, but that's how I achieved the canopy effect, by using silver and blue. Same thing with the observation window aft where the star and bars at, folks. That's all been masked off and painted. And it took about 11 parts to form the fuselage. The fuselage is made out of nothing but more than just tubular shapes, reinforced with bulkheads. It took me about a month to build this. It was a fun build. It's 1/48 scale right on. It's not my best work, but it's paper, folks. So it's very acceptable in model building. And it was a good airplane, folks. The Twinkling Turtle in the service by 1947. It was stricken from the service from the United States Air Force, or the United States Navy by 1968. At the same time, the P2V Maritime was stricken from the service. The P2V Neptune was used during the Vietnam War, as redesignated as OPEs. And some land-based Neptunes were flown by the South Vietnamese Air Force. And they're all camouflage color. And some had experimental colors by using grays and grains. Nowadays used as Barrett bombers. A lot of them are exhibits in museums. There's Lord George right there giving me a stamp of approval. I still don't know about that turkey. We'll zoom in again and we'll close up the video. Okay, fellas, this ends my update. Another collection of my builds in the past. I'll have another one for you tomorrow, and also have the finishing Part 2 group build of Speedy 197 1960 aircraft. And they'll go for a little sabbatical, or sabbatical, how you pronounce it, a little rest. And the first year is going to be a colossal year for me, folks. And I'll build my USS Arizona, one my wife got me for Christmas. And I'm going to join in on Russell Gosling's D-Day build. And also Jake Cutler, Steve across the pond, he's got naval air carrier aircraft. I'm going to join in on that one too. And Chancellor's got a flying boat group build coming up next year, so I'll join in that as well. And I hope our good friend Warren Branch is okay. Blanche with his new baby. I sure miss that guy, man. I tell you, I'm missing him. So far he hasn't really got a hold of us. Let us know what's the straight dope is going on. So I hope his baby's okay. And congratulations to you, Warren, with your new child got there, buddy, in case you ever tune in on here. So I'm closing this video off, and I'll give you a little wave off right there. Okay, fellas, love you guys very much. You guys take care. We'll catch you on the next video. Tomorrow I should have another Builds of the Past video for you. And I have the completion of part 2 of Speedy 197's group build. I have my Shackleton done, and I have a little sabbatical and go for a rest and do some comment on you fellows' builds. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and may God bless. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and had a tree full of styrene. And you guys are the greatest, and we'll catch you guys later. See you next video. Bye, boys!